Thank you for tuning in to Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Make sure you got a beverage in your hand. Sit back, relax, and engage with us. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Not Just Girl Talk, Season 2, Episode 3. Thank y'all so much for joining us again. I am your host, Ashanti.
And I'm your host, Tiffany.
And welcome back. Y'all already know, before you get started, I want you to have a beverage in your hand. So today, Tiffany, what you sipping on?
Girl, I just went back to some basics. Little mimosa, little orange juice, and little mimosa. It's a mimosa, girl. Now, okay. I will tell you, oh Jesus, I probably needed a shot after the game yesterday. But Titans. I'm just still keeping it light and cute. And I'm gonna put my big girl panties on and just, it is what it is.
Oh, so, it's okay. It's okay, yeah. Well, I'm different. Y'all know I like my seltzer. Y'all know I drink a seltzer, but today I tried to switch it up. And I do have just some Riesling. So you see how my pour is not that much. Tiffany, hers is always to the brim.
Now
it's okay, but it's from yesterday. You recovered from yesterday. You said you almost
a shot. But this is a mimosa too. This is a breakfast drink.
But the orange juice is very light. So what's the orange juice to champagne ratio in that?
Well, you know that it's supposed to be a waft, just a waft of the juice. Just a waft. That's a true mimosa. True mimosa. It ain't supposed to be all that.
So let us know what y'all sipping on when y'all listening to Not Just Girl Talk. And I do want to kind of go back because I didn't tell y'all where Tiffany can let y'all know where to tell a friend about Not Just Girl Talk.
Yes. So you guys know that we're available on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Please follow us on all platforms and make sure you guys subscribe specifically to our YouTube channel so we can get those followers up and subscribers, and let us know what y'all think on all platforms and just follow us.
Yes, make sure y'all following us and tell a friend about Not Just Girl Talk. Yeah. So y'all, we're gonna move on into the episode. Y'all already know we like to do a sip on it or a speak on it. So Tiffany, what we got today?
Well, so I think this is kind of going in what our topic is going to be eventually about. You guys will see. But you guys know how Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, they kind of are controversial as of late. Pretty much, they've been married a long time. They kind of, I guess you could say, have an unconventional marriage, if you will. But I feel like people, in my opinion, give Jada a hard time on that show. Anytime she talks about her marriage, it's a show that's speaking about, she's open about a lot of things, and she's honest, I think. And I think they give her a hard time unnecessarily, in my opinion. She's been open. They're like, oh, she's just embarrassing Will and all of this. And I just feel like she's been open. Like, first off, marriage wasn't her first, like that wasn't something she necessarily desired to be married. But if they were going to get married, which they did, they had an understanding, I think, of some sort. And I honestly don't think Will is a saint. And check out his book, Will. So,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. We looking at her in her space. And if she in the space where she kind of had already admitted to not truly marriage was like her thing per se, and they did get married, that can kind of cause some rift in certain areas that kind of evolve throughout a marriage, more so in the beginning, I would think, but even also in those seasoned years of marriage, it can start to kind of take a toll because you're like, dang, did I even really want this? Now I'm in this, and different things start to happen. Like I think with her in August kind of evolved out of that, maybe that space where she always kind of still wanted to be exploratory. So I think that may have happened because of that. So I definitely think that she gets a bad rap because of her perspective on things and how she feels or felt about certain things within the marriage. But also, like you said, they kind of go back to how she was thinking from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think if she said that Will still wanted to marry her, and I think too that's where the open marriage came about, because it's known, and Will admitted in his book or whatever you will, that they just choose to be happy, whatever that takes to make them happy. And it's not that if they're not happy within themselves, they can't be happy for each other. So, but that's their marriage. And I think, people just need to stay in their lane.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So y'all, let us know what y'all think about our sip on it or speak on it. If you have a comment, put the comment in the comment section. If you have a comment, put it in the comment section. That's what we want y'all to do. Engage with us. And if you don't have a comment, you just want to take a sip, put a beverage in the comment section. Let us know. You just take a sip on it. Okay.
Y'all, I ain't never snipping if y'all, I sip and speak. So I always got something to say.
I think I have, nope.
You
said it once or twice. I sipped before, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's because I'm the type of person, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing out. And I'm going to say something that ain't nice. And Tiffany's a little more tactful than me. So I will take a sip before I say something because it may not be the best thing for me to say something.
Yeah,
so, I'm a sip. So yeah, this actually leads us into our topic of discussion for today. So our topic for today is who has the most pressure to get married, men or women? We trying to figure out what y'all think about this. Me and Tiffany haven't talked about it, so I don't really know her thought process. So I'm gonna let you go first to see kind of what angle you come from. So who you think has the most pressure, men or women?
Both. So, but I think different.
Say that again.
I think both of them have pressure. Mm-hmm. So far as most, undoubtedly, it's probably more women, and it's more known with women. But I think men have pressure too, and I think it's a great amount because I think ultimately, as a mother, and I'm not a mother of a son, but I know that mothers want their sons to grow up to be respectful men and, settle down, have grandbabies for them and things like that. So they have that. And then eventually guys, depending on their circles too, in social media. So you looking on social media, you seeing, everybody with the happy families, children and all of this, and you still single, just living your best life until it gets old, like, dang, maybe I should have. So I think guys eventually at a certain age are like, yeah, mm-hmm. I probably do need to settle down, but I don't know who the right one at this point. Mm-hmm. But as far as women, of course, it's a lot, like starting, I think from your household. And I think, and I don't want to put the pressure on moms because I don't know that I would be that mother, but it is just known. I feel like mothers want their daughters to be provided for, even themselves, be able to provide for themselves, but they feel more secure if there's someone to lead the household with being a husband, a good man that, I feel good, I can let down or breathe a little bit because I know my daughter is going to be good. So that part, I think, yeah. Social media too, girl, Yeah,
I that's true. Social media will put that pressure on you. But I think that men have the most pressure. Now, I do think both parties have pressure, but I think the man has the most pressure. And I'm going to say that because, so if, like when you're in a relationship, of course, let's say, y'all couples, y'all together, y'all hanging out. And I feel like the woman, she has some pressure, but the man ultimately does. So 9 times out of 10, people are asking her, so what y'all doing? When y'all gonna get married? Like, and guess what we're saying? When he asked me, so this is literally what we're saying. When he asked me, I don't know, I'm trying to see what he gonna do. We're sitting back waiting for him to ask us to marry them because we ain't really asking, do scenarios. Now you do got the few that do, but hold on. Let me say.
I'm listening.
We're sitting back because we're like, I don't know, whenever he asked me to marry him. Now, guess what we doing now? If we never thought about it, now we're thinking, what are we doing? Now we coming to him. So what we doing?
Yeah.
So now we in a relationship for how long? Now you ain't
Yeah.
asking me to marry you. When you
Yeah.
asking me, we've been doing, and guess what? He got the pressure on him to
Yeah.
ask us where we've applied the pressure. We didn't get
Yeah.
the pressure from people asking us because we like, sure, we just chilling like, when he gonna ask me? And then now we probably got attitude or we start thinking real hard.
I agree. I agree. So that's
Yeah.
that was a point that I wrote down too. I think women eventually pressure men. However, I think at a certain point, we do want to know, hey, what we doing? What are we doing? If we, especially of a particular age, like, listen, you got maybe a couple of years, or what we doing? Especially, it just depends on your life, where you at. Do you have kids? Do you want kids? You know what I'm saying? You know, women got a biological clock. Let's just keep it real. So
and that's where we're pressuring the guy because we're not gaining the pressure. I think if we are getting pressure, it's internal. Like, and then we also have option to say, I'm out and I'm gonna move on to the next person who's willing to provide this that I'm looking for. Now, I think we're getting the pressure on the man as well to say, oh, she gonna leave me, or what we do. You know, now they got so much on them to be like, is this really what I want? Do I need to propose? So, you don't agree with that, or what?
Not all the way. I think that ultimately a woman, at a certain point, you can be cool dating, but like I said, age factor, do you have kids and all of that? And if you just been wasting your time, and that's not necessarily, because some men want their cake and eat it too. And so it's unfair for you to be wasting my time when I can either be by myself or be looking for somebody else that hopefully will do what I would like to provide all that I need as a woman. Right. So I think.
But where the pressure at on you? Where's your pressure to get married?
Because that's just, for me, I don't want to have kids. Ultimately, I want to have a family. Meaning, I'm not saying that I couldn't have kids before marriage or without marriage, but I think that in a societal world, or even my world, what I would like is to have a marriage, then kids, and then, a house, then kids, or whatever. So I think it kind of goes in that order, but that's for me. Every woman is not the same. I don't think every woman has to want to be married.
And that's what I was thinking too. Now, if the woman doesn't want to be married, that's where the pressure is on her from other people to say, so you with him for how long? And you ain't married yet, so then you're saying that. Now I think she gets pressure from that side if she doesn't want to be married. But when you want to be married and you're in a relationship and people are coming to you, or you, like you said, looking at your biological clock, I think when somebody brings it up to you, it's more so of an internal pressure. But I think the man has the pressure to actually get married, not the women. Also, I think that it's okay.
Just pause right here, because you're gonna have to take this out here.
We gotta fix stuff, but I do think that when it comes to the male asking the woman to get married, it is a pressure on him. And like, I'm gonna refer back to what you said as far as social media. So with social media, I think the male also has the pressure of the ring, the type of proposal, the setup that has to happen. All we got to do is show up and be cute and gather the jewelry. All we got to do is be, oh my God, be in the moment. But he has to look at, what is social media saying? Is this enough for her? Is this, ring big enough? Is it not enough? Did I spend enough? So they have a lot of pressure on their end when it comes to getting married and how to even do the engagement.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that ultimately, some guys just ain't never gonna be ready. Women can put pressure on them too, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like I wouldn't want somebody wasting my time. I get it. They do have, once they decide if it's somebody they want to make their wife, hopefully they truly do. And it's not based off of what society says or what the girl says. Because truly, if you know that you're not sure, don't ask somebody to marry you, because that's a waste of time and a divorce waiting to happen. So I don't know. I think that I had something else, like, parents want grandkids. That's both males and women. No, they
I don't
always
know.
don't. Really?
I'm dead serious. I mean, my kids have kids. They do. If they don't, they don't. I'm not babysitting. So, I mean, I would like to just see a little person and be like, oh my God, you're so cute. But I don't know that I would be like a grandmother-y material. Honestly.
Well, you think that, see, you hear your kids, like, you don't know. You're going to be the first one in their face, like, oh, look at the baby. I get it. You know how you seen that TikTok with the, when the grandbaby, and then you call your parents or whoever, and you trying to tell them something, they like, grandbaby, the grandbaby.
Exactly.
Grandbaby. That's just
oh my God.
You no longer exist. So let's be real. You say all
so
this.
You think pressure comes on the woman to have kids, which is the pressure of marriage?
That's one of the things. And ideally, I think parents would most parents want you to be married before you have kids. I mean, that's just because that's the order that the society, and that's how they grew up too. Back in the day, that's what you did. You got married, you had kids, and that's it. But it was something else. Yep. I definitely think social media does play a place on it, though.
I agree.
They see the Christmas photos with the Christmas PJs and all of that. Like, dang,
do you think that matters to them to see that family dynamic?
Well, that's the women, but the women, the social media that plays effect with us. But I do think sometimes, depending on your circle, like if everybody in your group is married, got kids and all of this, and you're the only one single trying to live your best life, eventually if your main circle is married and got kids, and it's just you who you kicking it with, you hanging out with your friends less and less, because their family's coming first technically. So you used to kick it all the time. Now it's not so much. And like, dang, it's gonna get old quick. Who you kicking it with? You gonna find some new friends? So you know what I'm saying? Day ones, no. I mean, eventually you start I think men start to reflect maybe a little bit later, but dang, I do want to have someone that's gonna hold me down. Ultimately, I think that's in the back of their head. And when they have friends that are in their circle and they see it, like, dang, maybe this is getting kind of old.
I can agree with that. So I think we both have different sides. I'm saying men. I think you said both at first, but I really feel like you're leaning more towards the woman. As we continue to talk, I think you're saying the woman has a little more pressure.
Yeah, I think they do, ultimately, because you got it from the social media aspect, you got it from your parents' aspect. I think women get it more from their moms than sons will. Like, you need to get married, you need to get married. And and then you see social media. You see all of like, oh, that's so cute. Or the engagement videos and stuff. And you see some, like, oh, I love black love in our case. All of this, we always like, oh, that's so cute. If my man don't do this, then I don't want him. That, we like, shoot.
They do be in the comments. They do be in the comments. If he don't cry like this.
If he don't cry like this at the wedding, I don't want him. And just talking.
Guess what? You still putting that pressure on the dude. That is the pressure on him. That's just what you want. And it's just something that you feel like is going to be, give you everything that you want and your desires. But guess who has to provide that? Him. So we're pressuring him again, but that's just my opinion. So
I think ultimately when men, a woman is, my husband would say, you may get a little ultimatum. I don't like to call them ultimatums. I like to say that you have choices. And so if you want to choose to continue to be in this relationship, at a certain point, we got to face reality. Because what I can't do is give you after so many years, because, I can't. That it's at a certain point, it's a waste of my time, and it's not fair to me. And most women feel like that. So it's not, I don't think, an ultimatum or trying to put pressure on you, but it's reality. Because it's some men that will take all of you and just be like, yeah, I like what we got, and have no intentions of marrying you.
I agree.
And if a woman truly wants that, and and that goes back to your religion or whatever, you like, dang, I don't want to be necessarily living in sin, or however you think, eventually I think that's ultimate goal is for most women, like, okay, if we're going to live together and do this and play house, we need to be official.
Okay. I mean, I can see both ways. but I still think it's a dude.
I
So
don't know.
y'all let us know what y'all think. I don't have no more to say on the topic. See if you got something else you want to add to your point of view.
Yeah, it was something I feel like I missed, but
I think you
think
kind of
that's it.
covered a lot of
I
things
did.
that did not support your
You right.
but
Okay.
y'all let us know.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say, girl. I
Right.
knew it was something. It was on the tip of my tongue. You know, like when women ain't married or don't have kids, I think society puts that pressure, like, oh, it's something wrong with her. She ain't got no kids and she ain't married. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the same with a man. If a man's never married and don't even have kids, I don't even think they put the pressure on if the man is married but he ain't got no kids. Is he gay? Or that's just how society, like, something wrong with him. Why he ain't got no kids? And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call nobody out, but people, I know close, like what's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? That's a real thing.
Now,
so that's why I say society.
That's true. Now I can see where both parties will feel pressure in that space of like, well, what's wrong with you because you're not conforming to the norm of what it's supposed to be. So I can see where both parties kind of get, information like that. So for me, y'all let us know. What's that beeping? Is that on my end?
That's a horn. Sound like it.
It's not a blown. Lord, the ghetto. Sorry, y'all, about the background. Sorry about the background. But we're gonna move on into our next segment, which is the plug.
So for the people, you guys know that I am in education and I am pulling it up now. So it's so much in education, but as a teacher, I always will have things, whether it's from a parent's perspective, because I am a parent as well as an educator. But this week I said, children always have homework. So I want you guys to know as parents, because I'm a parent and I'm a teacher. So if your child tells you that they don't have homework, get in contact with their teacher. Email is perfectly fine. Check the grades, get with them. If you send us an email, we're going to let you know. Give us 48 hours now. But children always have homework, especially being a year and a half behind with the pandemic and all of that. Even if there's nothing physically sent home on a worksheet that you see, they always have stuff to study. Get with the teachers. What are they working on? They got 5 subjects most times, or, math, English, science, social studies, related arts, maybe not so much, but, maybe other classes if you're in high school. So like, I think that unless you just have a great student and or child that's going to be honest, but you may need to investigate a little bit further if your child tells you that they do not have homework, because that could be a stretch of the truth. Because you can always study unless you got straight A's, 100s. If you don't have that, your child got homework. So that's my plug for this week.
Okay, y'all, that was a good plug. I like that. Okay. So my plug this week. So I did get questions actually from last week's plug on what else is needed besides good credit for applying for home loans. And I want to let you know, I need to put a disclaimer in here that I am not offering any type of advice for your specific loan. I am not giving you information on who to apply with, how to apply, anything strategically or for a loan advice. I'm not giving that out. What I am giving you is an overview of general information that will apply to your loan. Okay. Now, so my plug for the week is, besides the credit, that doesn't always mean you're going to be approved for the loan. We also take into consideration the debt to income ratio. So your debt to income ratio, also known as the DTI, is a percentage actually of the monthly gross, it's your gross income over the amount of debt that you have. So I want y'all to know as well, The approval for standard conventional loans, this is standard. This is not FHA, this is not VA, this is no other type of loan. This is just the standard for a home loan is 50%. Anything over 50% and above will not allow you to be qualified. Sorry for the background noise. Anything 50% or above is not qualifiable for a home loan. Also, for just a snippet of, food for thought. As I stated, we're looking at your debt to income ratio over the gross amount of income, not the net. The net is what you bring home. So if your gross amount of income that you don't bring home is already in between that 40-ish percentile rate, you might want to reflect on, looking at your debt. This is just food for thought for you to think about. Because I said it's on the gross income. So also another factor besides credit, we're looking at your debt to income ratio for approval. Anything 50% and above on a standard conventional loan will not be approved. And this is just general overall information. And that is my plug. Okay. So let us know if y'all have any questions. Y'all can definitely email us with questions. It'll be in the description box below on YouTube. It'll also be in our bio on Instagram. Check that out. Send us any questions that you may have. If you have any educational questions, Tiffany's your girl. If you have any mortgage questions, I'm your girl. So let us know. Now we're gonna wrap the show up, but y'all already know we like to leave y'all with a little soul food, something to feed your soul for the week. So Tiffany, what you got on the soul food?
Yes, so we've been talking about pressure with marriage and all of this. And so I've played with a lot of different quotes that I like, but this one really stuck to me. So the soul food for this week is most couples get married because it's time, not because they're in love. They might have money issues, parental pressures, or just tired of being alone. So they pick Mr. Good Enough and tie the knot. So I'm going to repeat that. Most couples get married because it's time, not because they're in love. They might have money issues, parental pressures, or just tired of being alone. So they pick Mr. Good Enough and tie the knot. So I thought this kind of stood out. And there was a couple of other ones that I played with, but we came from different perspectives with men or women having pressures of getting married. And sometimes, I think a lot of times why the divorce rate is what it is, people may get married for the wrong reasons. So that's just something that stuck out to me. So
again, another good quote, another good soul food for the week. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this show up. And it's two things that we want you to do when you're listening to Not Just Girl Talk. Number one is refill your cup
and vibe with Tiffany and Ashanti.